Sup guys, so as you can tell by the thumbnail, VGC player Renzo, I think his name is Renzo Navarro, has been caught cheating. I mean, this is pretty common sense. I mean, I tell people all the time, like, VGC players gen all the time. I don't care. I mean, I'm all about some genning or whatever. It just kind of points out the double standard of the whole thing. I mean, people have gotten banned for hosting like hacked raids, and then you have some people that go, oh yeah, if you use gen Pokemon in competitive battles online, you're gonna get banned, when literally that's just not the truth. Because I mean, even these bad hacks are going through, and again, I'm not encouraging you guys to use badly hacked mons in competitive, not at all, but this thread is going to kind of show you that even some of these guys at the top of the VGC community in terms of competitiveness use gen mons, and they use badly gen mons and still win, and nothing happens. So the last like few months, I mean, I think Kurt is the creator of PKX, or the main person behind it. What's I about to say? Like, kind of spaced out. Basically, he's been doing these threads for a while, kind of like showing the rental teams, because whenever there's a big tournament, the rental teams usually get published, and then what he does, he takes the rental team and views it in PKX to kind of see, hey, is this legit, or is this ginned or just badly hacked? And usually they're all badly hacked. So let's go ahead and read it. In the global exhibition tournament stream today, Renzo's team for the Pokemon Players Cup 4 global finals, first place has been shared as a rental team hacked. And let's go ahead and pull up the team. So he used a Galarian Moltres, Tapu Fini, Regieleki, Amoonguss, Incineroar, and Landorus T. And that's the team ID. And then he pulled the team up in PKX, and automatic red flag, the little arrow thing, is the Landorus is obviously illegal. So let's go ahead and go to his breakdown of things. I think he's broken down this dude's teams before. So again, this is the usual. This was team currently, the Amoonguss and stuff like that. This is his team in the Invitational. The Mindshell, Incineroar, Rillaboom, Stakataka, Regieleki, and the Shadow Rider, Calyrex. And this is going to be super important when you go down, because it just shows that he's just using base mons. So let's go back to the main part of the thread, and Kurt compares the teams. So if you look, I'll read this. Looking at the Landers, it has a memory where it remembers using Drill Peck, same as Stakataka, and no RNG correlation. The Regieleki with the insane 10 to the 21st power odds was captured on the same date as the Invitational Regieleki in a different ball, and PID and EC, nice mutation. So basically, I'll make this image bigger. Basically what he did is, with the Regielekis, all he did was just change the balls between the two of them, because this is the one that he's currently using, and this is the one from the invitation. All it is, fastball, pokeball, only difference. It's the same one, he just changed the ball. Again, I don't care. This is just me just kind of showing you guys what actually goes on. And then here is the Landers he's using for the current tournament, and the Stakataka. And look, all this is the same except for the ball and obviously the Pokemon. But then when you go to the memory, you can see that it has Drill Peck as one of the moves it remembers. And if you pay any attention, Stakataka nor Landorus can have Drill Peck as a previous move. So basically what's going on is they're just taking a base mon and just copying over it. So as you can see here, these are both mons you can catch in a Max Lair. So he's probably got like one Max Lair mon, and then maybe Drill Peck, maybe Zapdos, and then just copying over it with different stuff he wants to use. I mean, it's a pretty common thing that people do, but it's like, it makes illegal mons. And then the whole thing with the why it has the red flag as well is he didn't actually give it the proper PID. So that's another thing that's accounted for with these Max Lair mons. Let's go ahead and go to the next part, and I'm going to pull up some of the quote tweets as well. And again, this is all stuff that can be fixed if you just use auto legality mod, which I don't understand why they don't do it. It's like, you know your people going to already accuse you of hacking and ginning and stuff like that. At least like gin your stuff properly. And then this is another part. Among Us and Incineroar were bred on the same date as the Invitational triplets, having the same height and weight, 120.69. Also lack nickname Trash Bites, not illegal, just fishy. Tapu Fini has the same height and weight too, and is lacking in RNG correlation for its max layer. And the RNG correlation thing, again, like I said before, it's the whole PID and stuff like that doesn't match up. I think that's what he's talking about. But yeah, these are the, again, it says he bred 5 things all at the same time and hatched them 4 months later. I mean, hey, that can happen, but again, it's just super unlikely. I mean, as someone that gins, I mean, it's just, that's kind of what happens. And then the Moltres, this one isn't really too fishy, at least to me. The Moltres looks fine, has the overworld RNG correlation, has nickname Trash Bites, still slightly suspicious with 508 EVs. Nice capture, Rory 86, unlike the hacked Moltres that Wolfie had. Wolfie had a hacked Moltres that somebody gave him in a previous tournament. But yeah, and the thing is this with the 508 EVs, I mean, think about this. If you're somebody that does competitive, how often do you do your EVs all the way to 508 and instead just go all the way to 510 because the last 2 EVs are pretty much just, they're meaningless? And that'll kind of answer your question as to why it's suspicious. Because I certainly do not, once I get to that last stat that I need a full EV, I just max it out all the way. I don't stop and then there's like, oh yeah, these 2 left. Like, no one really does that. And I mean, yeah, that's pretty much all of it that kind of like goes to show the different things, like how, I mean, this team is like obviously ginned. Again, I mean, I don't really care that it's ginned. I mean, people are going to gin. I don't mind people gin. It just kind of is just to prove the double standard. And I'm going to look at the quote tweets, because usually the quote tweets are usually a little entertaining. And I mean, yeah, that's the typical purist response. Remember when people used to grind Pokemon games? I barely did. I don't know Spanish. And then this one is kind of funny. He's like, every time I think about joining the Twitterverse surrounding competitive Pokemon, another of my geeky passions, I see some blank like this. I don't know if this is like a positive or negative thing they're saying about it. And then you go here, like what, someone hacked in Pokemon instead of grinding a eugenics simulator. How could they? The point of the competitive scene is spending weeks building a team only to find out it isn't competitively viable and ignoring actual gameplay. And I kind of agree. I mean, you should focus more on like the functionality of your team rather than the source. That's just my opinion. So I definitely agree. These quote tweets are actually pretty chill compared to last time. Last time there were some kind of hostile people and being super obnoxious. I'm not trying to view that. I just want to see what the response was. Now it's in Spanish. I used to know Spanish pretty well. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I'll look at some of these replies to see what people are saying, because I know some people are going to be probably pretty upset as always. And let's look at some of the direct replies. Shouldn't even be a surprise at this point. Everyone Pokegens. There's plenty of hypocrites in the community and accept gifts instead of them breeding their own stuff as a cover to, but I don't gen. And that's true. That is exactly true. Because I mean, you can just say somebody gave it to me, to kind of like try to absolve yourself of responsibility and to also look good for your audience, because the usual player base is like usually uninformed children. So like they think that ginning and hacking is bad and going to get you banned and all this other stuff. So yeah, you got to kind of keep up appearances. Somebody said it's such a shame, blah, 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 blah. And this one's, is it even remotely surprising that people save edit their team still? They didn't do anything about Ray Rizzo, Dream Ball ages last years back. I don't know why they would care now. Yeah, exactly. They don't care. That's why it's hilarious. You get so many people freaking out. Oh, you're gonna get banned. Like, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. And like, you're ruining the community, when like literally the pillars of the competitive VGC community do it. I mean, like, yeah, just got to get over yourself at a certain point. And then somebody says these are, oh, I know it. He's from the Discord. And then somebody said, what a shame. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, do you think that VGC players should not be doing this? Do you really care? Does this kind of change your mind on how this stuff happens? I'm definitely going to save this for my thumbnail. I'm going to put cheater over this. But yeah, that's all I got to say for this one. Go ahead and like, subscribe, share the video. I mean, and let me say this also. This video is not meant to bring hate to Ray Navarro or Renzo, whatever he goes by. It's in no way, shape, or form. This is just more so to kind of educate and inform people on what actually goes on. That's it. Not to discredit this man's skill, because I tell you guys all the time, the source of the mine doesn't matter. It doesn't change the skill level of the person. And I'm sure if he's first place, he is a great battler. Do not take the fact that he gens his stuff and is bad at genning to kind of take away from his actual competitive ability. And with that being said, guys, have a good day. And if you want to see me do the like kind of feedback on the other teams that Kurt's broken down, let me know, and I have no issue doing that. I mean, it's just more content. But see you guys later.